Shifting focus, India is planning to ease its nuclear liability laws to cap the penalty on equipment suppliers when accidents occur. Reuters, quoting 3 government sources, has said that the purpose behind the plan is to attract U.S. firms that have been holding back due to the risk of unlimited exposure. This is the latest step to expand nuclear power production capacity by 12 times to 100 gigawatts by 2047 and to provide a fillip to India in trade and tariff negotiations with the U.S. A draft law with amendments to the Civil Nuclear Liability Damage Act, which is CNLDT 2010, prepared by the Department of Atomic Energy, removes a key clause which earlier exposed suppliers to unlimited liability for accidents. The amendments are in line with international norms. Accordingly, the responsibility will be on the operator to maintain safety instead of the supplier of nuclear reactors. Under the proposed amendments, compensation from the supplier to the operator in case of an accident will be capped. Compensation will also be subject to a period to be specified in the contract. Currently, the law does not define limits to either amount of compensation an operator can seek from suppliers or the period for which the vendor can be held accountable. Now, New Delhi is hoping for the changes will ease concerns of mainly U.S. firms like General Electric Co. and Westinghouse Electric Co. that have been sitting on the sidelines for years due to unlimited risks in case of accidents. Analysts say passage of the amended law is crucial to negotiations between India and the U.S. for a trade deal this year that aims to raise bilateral trade due to $500 billion by 2030 from $191 billion last year. Modi's administration is confident of getting approval for the amendments in the monsoon session of the parliament set in July. Reuters has said this. The current liability law effectively shut out Western companies from a huge market and also strained U.S.-Indian relations since they reached a deal on nuclear cooperation back in the year of 2008. It also left U.S. firms at a disadvantage to Russian and French companies whose accident liability is underwritten by their governments. The draft law also proposes a lower liability cap on small reactor operators at $58 million, but is unlikely to alter the cap for large reactor operators from the current level of $175 million. The 3 sources have said this to Reuters. Now, India is betting big on nuclear power to meet its rising energy demand without compromising on net zero commitments, for which it proposes to allow private Indian companies to build such plants. Indian conglomerates like Reliance Industries, Tata Power, Adani Power and Vedanta Limited have held discussions with the government to invest around $5.14 billion each in this sector.